if this is something that you enjoy is my channel. Just let me send a few of these out. Just 1 second. Bear with me. How do I do it? Okay, this one. 1 second, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that. Anyways, I had to send that out. So, I figured tonight we just do like a discussion instead of my normal tarot show. Because a lot of people are being rude on the live for that. So like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up button if this is something that a topic of discussion that is for you. It's not for everybody, you know. Some people it's just not for you. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends. Get in here if you have any kind of baby mama drama out there. I can do some tarot cards if you guys want to, though. If this does turn out to be a bust, we'll do tarot cards. What else? Oh, if you guys would like to donate to my channel, or if you would like a private reading with me, I do tarot normally. All my information is in the description box down below. As long as you send me a small deposit into my account, I typically get back to those within an hour. Just make sure that you put your return phone number in the deposit. I take Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, and I am taking Zelle now. So if anybody has any questions for me, or you can reach out to me by email or hit the arrow down button down below the belt. Okay. So I was having this discussion with one of my friends. Like, I think it was 2 years ago. I think we were having this discussion. We're talking about a different way for the child support system to change, you know, instead of just attacking straight, like, nothing but the man, you know what I mean? So the whole idea that we were having was that, well, what if, hello, Tony, can I have some money? Can you have some money? Can I have some money? Yeah, I don't trust people named Tony. Anyway, so like I was saying, so I was thinking about this. I was like, well, what about a different kind of community where, like, you know, it's single moms that depend on other single moms or something like that. Like, you know, kind of living in the same community, and there's like a little on-site daycare where all the other moms, like, you know, if you need help with the job or something like that, like you get like a whole list of jobs and stuff like that you could choose or pick from, that you could go apply or get the job or whatever. And plus you get the housing right there. And then, like, all you have to do is volunteer, you know, one day out of the week, like each parent, and like they rotate or whatever. Like, why couldn't that be a system? You know, like, that'd be so much better. And then plus you get your HUD, so you get to keep your check, you know, you get to spend the money on the kids. It's all taken care of, you know what I mean? And it's just other single moms depending on other single moms. You don't got to go hunt down the baby daddy anymore. There's no more. The court doesn't even have to get involved in it. We could do it all on our own, like in one community. You know what I mean? We could all do it on our own. You don't trust Tony's. No, I don't. Illa is not being able to. I can barely read that handwriting, dear. I am so sorry. So don't you know, y'all, we can do some of the tarot if y'all guys want. But anyway, why not? Well, I have my reasons. I do. I have my reasons for that, Tony. Mr. Tony. So, anyway, that was just the topic of discussion. I might just get off of here or change the title to this later. I'm going to go ahead and do the tarot. Screw Ken Paxton and all the child support. Nobody gives a shit, right? Everybody just wants to pay their payment and then have it over with, right? Isn't that right? A blonde prior partner. What? Who's a what? Ex, maybe? Oh, yeah, the one that faked his own death. Yes, we are here. What is your channel about? My channel is about the whole child support system and change is what we were discussing. We're having a topic of discussion about other single moms could, typically we could start our own community where single moms depend upon other single mothers, where typically that single moms get to the opportunity to live in a facility, or not facility, but like an apartment, complex with a facility of a daycare on site. So that like, it's kind of like where all the moms rotate, where like one day a week you have to volunteer 4 hours at the daycare center, something like that, So it's other single mothers depending upon other single mothers. So that sort of thing. So like you don't have to go hunt down the baby daddy. Typically, like you can go get it on your own. It doesn't have to be that hard. And typically there will be like outside resources, like other in places of employment that will give a roster and give jobs and be more lenient and understanding with those mothers, but typically you don't have to have a driver's license to be a parent. So that's what we were discussing. And also your children don't have driver's license, and the courts get way too involved. It gets too in deep, and the system has to change. And it all has to start within us as human beings. And a lot of these people these days cannot get it together. A girlfriend is a single mother and I take care of them now. Well, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So like maybe like a duplex housing or something. And then there's like an on-site daycare, like freaking, what's his name? Elon Musk is building his own damn community outside of Austin. Like, why can't we start something like that where like, it's more, where we get to take care of our own children on our own recognizances and don't have too much more of the whole Susie homemakers taking up all the time and energy and wasting taxpayer dollars out there harassing a bunch of parents. You know what I mean? Hi, how are you doing, Jake? Jake the Snake Roberts. How are you doing? Good thing you don't work for State Farm. Yeah, Jake the Snake. So, anyways, that being said, I was just having that little discussion. I want to just talk to a few people about that and see what their input was on it, on the topic of discussion. If anyone else had any ideas. The system does need to change. And if you think about it, Ken Paxton, actually, if you think about it, it's not his fault. He does have court coming. Guess what his next court date is? April 15th, which is the last day of filing taxes. So if this is an eye-opener, and this doesn't tell you that it's not specifically him that's doing this. This is the systematic way of how they do things. This is actually the problem. Here, let's see. We are here. What did you say? She is in support with, and I take care of the financials until she gets her degree. Yeah. It's that type of thing where like the community, actually you could even go to work and like all you would have to do is volunteer 4 hours at the daycare. Like you could drop your kid off anytime at the daycare, and it's just, you have your whoever's on the, if it's your spot to go babysit that one day of the week for like 4 hours or whatever, then you go donate your 4 hours. But anytime you need to drop your little kiddo off at the daycare, it's convenience right there. It's in your community, and it's no CPS don't have to get involved. None of the outside like government, nothing. It can just be specifically ran by parents, and like it doesn't have to be anything but that. It could be like one director on-site director. And that's all you need. That's all you need, or maybe two. Because it could be like a 24-hour daycare. You can drop your little kid off anytime you want. That's all I'm saying. It typically could be like that. It's kind of like when you go to the gym, you drop your child off for 2 hours or whatever, like that type of thing. And like, it can be specifically ran just by parents. This doesn't have to be so like honed down by like CPS, the system, everything like that. You guys, the Attorney General, he has complete immunity. He's the Attorney General of the state of Texas. typically that's like taking a lawsuit up against the Vatican. Like, you can't do that. Like, it's unheard of. Like, nobody's ever thought of that. No one's ever thunk it, ever. Financial until she gets her degree. Yeah. In college too, you know, like, or you could be going to school, but as long as you're doing something, working or going to school or something, and that way it's not so more of like forced, you know, forced labor or forced not to be able to get anything done. You can't go to the grocery store or whatever. You could just do a drop in anytime you needed it, and it would be right there. Like, I'm talking about like a little community and then daycare in the middle of it. She is at school. She goes to school during the day and I work at night. We make it work. Yeah. Well, that's good for you. You guys, that's awesome. You know, also, you know, my parents have been together for, how long have they been married? They got married, I think 1978. My parents are still together. They've been married all this time. They had 5 of us little shits. And let me tell you something. I grew up in watching my parents together for all these years. It really messed me up a lot to grow up in that kind of environment where I was sheltered. I was isolated a lot. I didn't even know anything about anything else that was going on. Like, I thought that, you know, that's how it is. Like, you know, like no one ever splits up or gets divorced. Like, divorce is just something that you just randomly hear of here and there. Cause like, we grew up in the, you know, rural areas of Texas. So pretty much, you know, I was very isolated. I never really ever heard of people getting divorced or anything. And then whenever I got older, it really messed me up, guys. I'm so serious. Like, growing up from basically a cult into growing up to reality and living in the city, like, everything's different. I see everything completely freaking different. Like, it's shocked me so much that, like, I didn't even, like, the path I went down and having children before marriage and out of wedlock and everything. Well, that's what my mother always says, out of wedlock. It really does mess with your actual spiritual side too. Like, it karmically is attached to you. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't know that. It does. She goes to school. That's the same comment on there. But it really does mess with you a lot. And anyway, I was just going to give a topic of discussion and see what anybody else's input was. Maybe we could take a poll. Maybe we could campaign or something, or be like pro-choice or something on a different matter, and all get together like, yeah, because this is about to go to court on April 15th. So if anyone else has any good ideas to put into it, you know, that might work. But typically, you know, Ken Paxton is facing 99 years for securities fraud, and it is going to happen this next month. So if you're sitting here thinking that ain't nothing going to happen from this, or that nothing's going to come of this, you're completely wrong. You have it all pegged wrong, because it's going to affect a lot of people, because he has complete immunity. He's the state's top attorney. You know, he has complete immunity. He can't face those charges. It's like suing a church. I'm just saying, it's like suing a church. You can't, it's freaking unheard of. And actually, inevitably, it would be actually not Ken Paxton's fault. It's actually Greg Abbott's fault. And if you really want to get technical, because he was the one 8 years ago that was in office, and now he's the governor of Texas. So if you really think about it, guys, like, it's really his fault then, or is it not? Because this has been lingering over for all these years. It's the 4D courts. Was taking care when I was a kid. Everything was taken care of, but in high school, I sold something to get the things I wanted. You sold something? But in high school, I sold some things to get things I wanted. Did you sell those things, or did your friend just come over and snag them from you? You know, there's a difference when it comes to that. I mean, we could sit here and question it all day long. You know, was it stolen, or was it sold or what. We could sit there and question that all day long, but we all know the whole story behind it. Typically, nobody just sells every single family heirloom that they have in high school for shits, grins, and giggles. Like no one ever. That's freaking unheard of. Like I don't think anybody would even do that. Oh, okay, it's green. Well, I'm missing stuff like pistols and stuff like that, but I really just moved the green. Yeah. Well, it's just green. I mean, I don't understand what the big deal is about that. It's just marijuana. So actually, I'm about to start my own marijuana business, my whole company behind that, my own marijuana cigarettes. But now we got Elon Musk wanting to build his own freaking community outside of Austin. I really just moved the green. You said that. So anyway, as I was discussing, yeah, we got Elon Musk. He's about to build a whole community for the people just to work for him at Amazon or at Tesla or whatever. He's going to be right outside of Austin. Like that. If Elon Musk can do that shit, like why can't we get together and start a whole community thing like that, where we don't have to depend on the government for shit, for anything, or a baby daddy, or an ex, or this or that. You know how many people are freaking divorced right now or have turned gay? Like almost a lot. Like next to almost, I'm going to say all of them, pretty much. It was 2002. It was illegal. Do you not know that back in 2002, you not know since 1959, they've been knowing about this? I mean, do you know they've been trying to get this legalized? They've just been kind of easing into it like for a long time. And we're going to use the cotton gins actually. And we started the cotton gin up in 2006, I believe. So anyway, that's all going to, there's a difference though. I think there's a difference in, what do you call it? In a state where it's called a monetized, or what is it called? What's the word? Trust or something. It's not a trust. It's, damn it. I'm going to have to go back and look at that video. You guys, I'll be back on here in a live in just a second. I'm going to change the title to this, and I'm going to go ahead and send this into Ken Paxton, and then we'll take a poll or whatever on the next video. That'll be a topic of discussion tomorrow. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the tarot part of my actual hobby time. So this is entertainment purposes only, you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you love your grandmother, you'll do it. And I'll be back on here in like 2 minutes. I'm going to change the title, and then we'll get back on here. Okay, keep it cordial on there, guys. Don't be all rude and stuff, because they're fixing to be